What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for the post-match fan show, where it is your chance to have your say on Spurs giving up a 2-1 lead in the latter stages of the game in the Europa League, which takes us down to 9th spot in the table, outside the top 8, which is very frustrating. With 3 games left to play, 2 away games, 1 home game, I'm sure a lot of Spurs fans are still very confident that we can finish in that top 8. But yeah, I think some good performances in there, some poor performance. I think the second half performance was really poor as a collective, really, though. But it's a game of missed chances today, wasn't it? Because we really should have... if we put away those chances in the first half, we win this game.
Yeah, I think in general, the football we played was really good. And I thought we created lots and lots of chances against Roma. Can't deny that Roma had their moments and they had their chances as well. And you know, Forster had to make a couple of really good saves at times, but Sevilla made 9 saves on the day, and he was really in top form. And, you know, a lot of times fingertips from Son, they had a shot clear off the line. I think we hit the post 3 times on the day as well. So definitely frustration from us that we didn't kill the game and didn't make it 3-1 before the latter stages. But you can't deny that the latter stages of the game, we were put under pressure and we struggled to stop Roma building momentum. And, you know, Mancini had that chance just before we conceded. And then you look at the goal we conceded, there's 3 players at that back post and no one's marking them, and it's not good defending. So we panicked in the latter stages. We didn't manage the game as best we could, and we ended up getting what we deserved with the draw at the end of the day. So not too many complaints. We take the point. I don't think it's the worst result, but it's a result that we shouldn't have had because we should have killed the game, and we're right to be frustrated. But still delighted with some of the football we played, and if we create that level of chances in most games, we'll win. But, you know, you've got to put them away.
Yeah, and there's only one way to put things right after a game like that and a result like that, and that is to win on the weekend. Because if we go and beat Fulham this weekend, not many people will be talking about a 2-2 draw with Roma. So let's hope that we can do that on the weekend. But let's get on to the fans, and let's start off with my brother, Mr. Brian Daigle. Daigle, how's it going, mate?
Good evening, my brothers and everyone in the chat. I hope you're good and well.
Yeah, we're all good and well. I mean, just very frustrated after the second half, to be honest, of that game. You know, it's always going to be a tale of missed chances, isn't it, Brian?
It is. I mean, before we get into the game, I've got to tell you a funny story, because obviously I'm back at work and it's the first time I've been training and watching Spurs at the same time. I've got a newfound respect for people that watch games whilst at work, because I'm in the middle of a Zoom meeting. I forgot my camera and audio was on, and the first goal went in, and I was like, oh, for fuck. And everyone just went, what? I was like, nothing. I just pushed that wrong. Then I turned my camera off, but not the audio. And when the volley went in, I smashed my screen so loud. I'm like, what's going on? I was like, oh, my mouse dropped. Oh, damn it. And then realised. So it was an eventful thing. But yeah, listen, what I saw is, once again, missed opportunity. We're not ruthless enough. First half played very well. We're just not ruthless enough. And sometimes, and Ben, and I think Simeon, you and I spoke about this off camera as well, sometimes the choice of pass or the weight of pass when we're in attack just is the wrong option, which happened to us a few times. And then defensively, they were creating. One of the things I was impressed with is it seemed like we got the offside trap going well, because we just kept playing them offside, kept on doing it. And it was like, all right, lads, you're playing them offside. You got this the line well, and then right at the depth, and Roma just kept coming and coming and coming. Bissouma's there playing everyone on, so it's like you did so well keeping everyone offside during the game. And just that one moment, that switch off in mentality has cost us, hasn't it?
Definitely. I mean, what's your overriding feeling after tonight, off the back of obviously a brilliant win on the weekend, but you know, before that, inconsistent form against Palace and Ipswich? When you look at the performance tonight in that context, is it, you know, more inconsistencies from Spurs showing, or are you looking at tonight and thinking, you know, it was a good performance and we should have won?
Do you know what, Simeon? It really is a bit of both for me. I mean, like I've said to you before, the cups are the most important thing to me. And when you looked at, I was talking to Ross in the background, I'll speak American football terms. When we won the first 3 games, we were 3-0 and everything looked brilliant. Then you go 3-1 because of Galatasaray, and now you've gone. You could say 3-2 if we'd lost it, but it's still not. And obviously with Rangers coming up, I mean, I'd rather have had Rangers and Galatasaray at the beginning of this, and not have to play them in the massive run of games we've got going. Again, listen, we've created so much, and we just haven't taken our chances, and it's worrying. Like I think Ben said now from when I was watching the instant reaction, we're out of the top 8 now, aren't we? So that's the concern as you get in later and say, but I'm sure we can fix it.
You said that, Brian. We've got 3 games left to play, right? We got Rangers away next. We got Hoffenheim away, and then we got Elfsborg at home. I'm not sure how many points it's going to take to finish in the top 8, but we're notoriously bad away from home in Europe. Are you confident that we can finish in that top 8?
I'm going to have my happy hat on and go, yeah, I think we will. But you look at it, we should have had 3 points. We've taken 1. Arguably, we could have had 0. And do you just say that's a point? To me, it's 2 points dropped at home. And you've got to look at it as well. During games, our in-game management and mentality to see games through is poor. Whether it's just taking the sting out of the game. I know Ange wants us to attack, and I get that. But there's got to be times where you're just like, right, just hold fire. Just put little passes around. Just keep possession. Just stop any momentum they may be getting. Choice of substitutes and timings. But yeah, it's just a shame. I've seen, obviously, social media has been what social media is. Ange out. And I'm like, well, what? Did Ange tell them not to pass to that player? Did Ange tell them not? Listen, Ange would always take some flack because he's the manager and he's got to take responsibility. This the main part of his job. But the players were doing what he was asking when we're playing that great football and everything. And when we broke, there's the one that springs to my mind with Kulusevski where it was the wrong pass in the second half. Ange Postecoglou doesn't say get into a position and choose the tougher pass. It's again Archie Gray having to play left back, and Ben, I agree with you. I think he did come on in the second half, but we're asking too much of a guy, especially when you got a makeshift back 4. Or you say makeshift, but it wasn't the dream top 4 we wanted. It's been the 3 have been the nucleus for that win at City. It's a learning curve for these youngsters, and we don't seem to have the experienced players to come on and say, right, we'll see this game through. We just don't seem to have it. And as you said, our away form in Europe is horrific, isn't it?
You say, I don't have the players take us through the game, but we went very strong today, right? And
yeah, we did.
Not many changes from the game at the weekend against Man City where they put in a big effort. Do you think the players did look a bit tired, leggy? Because I thought that maybe a bit in the second half.
Yeah, I think so. One of the ones I will say, I mean, Dominic Solanke, who works his goddamn socks off every single game, does everything he can for the team, but he's there to score goals. And like I heard you two saying, that header from that arch, he's got to do better. He's got to do better, but he's running on empty. And obviously, without having Richarlison or a backup, a genuine, listen, Lancashire's there, but a genuine striker there to get amongst the goals, there's so much responsibility and the expectation and pressure on Solanke's shoulders, isn't there? Should he be doing better in those positions? Yeah. Is he running his socks off for the team, and is he getting shattered at the end of the game? Probably, but he has to play every game, doesn't he?
Yeah, for sure. At the moment, he does. Obviously, today, big Fraser Forster was with his first start.
Yep.
Not of the season, but his first start since the injury to Vicario. And how do you feel like he got on tonight? There's been a lot of obviously anxiety and worry about him being in goal for this prolonged period. But what did you feel like? How do you feel now after seeing that performance?
Well, the first part I saw of the game was when he did that thing in the first half where he was juggling the ball, and I was like, "Oh Jesus!" I hope that don't set the tone. The header, or should we say the shoulder, for their goal, it's kind of like Kulusevski's at the Etihad last year, weren't it? It was one of those. Could you have done better? Maybe. When I first saw it before the replays, I was like, a guy of his size should be able to get up and to get it. But what I will say, and listen, we're all quick to say, oh, he should have done better, he should have done better there. What a fantastic save for the corner that actually, from the shot that gave the corner away to, what a phenomenal save. All right, it was close to him, but the reflexes, listen, I don't think we can sit here and say, as Spurs fans, having Fraser Foster on goal doesn't give us an anxious moment every time the ball's going in. I think he looked more composed in the AZ Alkmaar game. But it's what we've got to deal with it, haven't we? This is the reality now for the foreseeable until Big Vic's back. And let's just hope we see more of those kind of saves against that outstanding save, as opposed to the ball juggling at the beginning.
Talk to me about Ben Davies, because on the back of that brilliant performance at the Etihad, he was my man the match today. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. And I'm seeing a lot of love for Ben Davies, right? It's taken about 10 years for Spurs fans to start to appreciate him.
It's taken about 10 years to start appreciating him, Ben. But what I will say is, has it taken him 10 years to put in performances like this?
Yeah.
So it's not just, you know what I mean? It's not just, oh my God, he's getting the love. When we first signed him, I preferred him to Danny Rose. But I spoke to you about this, Ben. But the only reason I preferred him is Danny Rose was incredible going forward, but we were very, very exposed when he didn't get back. Whereas Ben Davies was the other side. But then obviously Danny Rose went on the head and shoulders. I think he played very well. Was it under Mourinho in the back three, or Conte in the first season in the back three, where he had a very good season? But the performances he's been putting in, especially at his age, and it looked a bit of a disaster at Coventry, didn't it? But since he's had to step in the Premier League and everything, fair play to him. Fair play to him. Whether you want to say, people want to say he's not good enough, we need better, we need a younger player or more elite club. The performances he's put in, like you said, he was brilliant against Manchester City, outstanding. And today, when he went on that run for the free kick, I actually thought it was Archie Gray. I was like, go on, Archie, go on. And then I saw it was Ben Davies on the floor because I was paying too much attention at work. But he's having a consistent run in the team at the moment, and his performances are warranting it, isn't it?
Yeah, and do you think these performances warrant triggering that extension in the contract?
So I don't know if you guys. What I heard is what I had heard is that they love him at Spurs, as in the coaching staff, the what he does off the pitch with the youngsters, how he trains, like the model professionals we all want to see, like your James Milners, whatever. And they adore him. They're like, if you want to stay, you stay. If you want to go, we'll let you go. I think we need more players. I'd love it if in January we went and signed 2 31-year-olds, but they'd been there, done that, got the T-shirt, knew how to conduct themselves on and off the pitch. So I'm not saying Ben Davies, if he wants to stay another year, stay another year. Stay another year. Doesn't mean you're going to be the first choice for Van de Ven. Doesn't mean we might not get better. But for his influence around the training ground, if that's what he wants, that's what he does.
Brian, there's a quote here from Ange from his press conference I want your reaction to. He was asked if the next 3 Europa League games are more about results or more about entertaining, and he said, he was asked if it's about the result in the next 3 Europa League games rather than entertainment. He said, no. Why can't it just be entertaining? Isn't it why we all come? Would you really prefer us to sketch out a 0-0, a couple of 0-0 draws and a 1-0 win and we get through? I don't know. I'd much rather we're exciting to watch, and maybe it is the edge of the seat stuff, and sometimes we don't get the reward like we could have tonight. But no, if you want those kind of games, there are plenty in world football you can watch every weekend. I'd like to think when you tune into us, you'll be entertained. What do you think of that response?
This is where he doesn't help himself. This is where he should step back and think about what he's saying. Now, I can speak as a fan who has said openly, all I care about this season is winning trophies, getting to a final, and ending that. Spurs fans want to see us progress and get through to the next round. If someone has said to me now, 3 boring 1-0 wins where you score, they're like dreadfully boring, you score winners in the 85th to 90th minute in all 3 games, or just roll the dice for entertainment, what you're taking, give me the 3 most boring 1-0s or a draw, like you said, Sim. Whatever got us through gets us through. We need to be in the next round of the Cup. I do understand why he's saying he wants to be entertaining. Listen, we all want to see this wonderful football like Manchester City, and that's what we want to see. But it's a results-based job. It's a results-based football is results-based. You win a cup from winning games against the fire by hook or by crook. Just get the job done. Get the job done, and when the job's done, then you can start. If we win these next 2 games and we're through to the 3rd round or next round in the 3rd game, be as entertaining as you want, be as open as you want, do what you want. But the most important thing for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club is to be in the next round, and preferably the top 8, so we're not in the playoffs of this tournament. You get there by hook or by crook, in my opinion. Sod the entertainment and get the job done.
Ange wants to do it in both ways. He wants to get to the last 8, but he wants to do it in an entertaining manner.
Good for him. Good for him. But like I said, if people were to say, do you want entertaining or through to the next round? If it was a poll or you put it on whatever, I'm hoping that the large majority, as in a humongous amount of the majority, would say, get the job done and get into the next round. You can't. Sometimes you can't have it both. You got to remember, especially away. Do you reckon we've been entertaining away?
No. Well, Man City was pretty entertaining
for the neutral.
No, I mean in Europe. I mean in Europe.
What away performance have we had? I mean, Galatasaray was a pretty entertaining game, but obviously very frustrating. What are the other? The other one was Ferencvaros. We won, didn't we?
Yeah, that wasn't exactly the most enthralling game, but we got the job done.
No.
But we got the job done.
I mean, to be honest, today I thought it was a really good game of football, but I ended up being very, very frustrated. And you look at the way we managed the game today, I thought it was horrific. You look at on the weekend how we managed that game up at the Etihad, I thought it was near perfect. And then today, we're just so erratic, so rushing everything, sloppy passes. Pedro Porro, man, what was he doing in the second half?
Mate, you just took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say, never have truer words come out of Simeon's mouth than when he said about Pedro Porro's header, kind of described or was the metaphor for Spurs' last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just the pressure got to them, misjudged passes, nerves or mentality off kilter, and then we paid for it. Pedro Porro was poor in that second half, and we've paid the price, haven't we? We have paid the price, and like you were saying, Ben, as you were just saying as well about the Galatasaray was entertaining, Ferencvaros wasn't, like we were just discussing. Well, the one that wasn't entertaining, we won.
Yeah.
And the one that was entertaining, we lost. So, give me the non-entertaining.
Well, why can't we just do Man City every weekend? Because that was bloody entertaining.
We're like the Tottenham Globetrotters instead of the Harlem.
So are you suggesting, Brian, that in the next 3 games we shouldn't go out to play the style that we have been playing this season?
Get the job. Listen, go take the. I mean, Rangers is not an easy place to go to, regardless of what they're doing in the Scottish League. Then you add the Ange Postecoglou return. The England-Scotland, that game is going to be as hostile, and it's whether these players, and we know what they've done away from home in hostile play, like Galatasaray, get the job done. It's going to be, you've got to hold your nerve, hold your bottle, get the lead and keep it. Just get the lead and keep it. If you get the opportunity and start, listen, we started off on fire. Started off really, really like out the gun. Took the opportunity with the penalty. If we can do that, fine. But there's going to be a point in the game where we're going to be under the cosh, and at that point, Tottenham have got to say, right, we're in the lead, hopefully, or just don't give a goal away. Just don't give a goal away. The performance at Rangers is huge. It's huge, and just go get the job done.
Brian, you talk about the game at Rangers being huge, and I completely agree, which, assume that you want to play a really strong team in that game. You want to play a really strong team in the Manchester United game in the Cup. I mean, these players we can't play the same 11 every week. How do we manoeuvre this Christmas period?
Well, you look at it as well, Ben, before we even talk about it, we got the Bournemouth game.
Yeah.
And Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly.
So you look at it. I mean, let's face it, we go to Bournemouth and we know that they are a very good outfit at home. They play very good football. They've beaten obviously the filth of Manchester City, so they're no mugs there. Chelsea at home, obviously the fans will be up for it. The players will be up for it. Um, Chelsea are obviously with this jinx we have, or this hoodoo they have over us. This is a really, really big like 3-4 games coming up now across all competitions, especially that Manchester United one. And you're right, we've got players dropping like flies, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like I said, we're Tottenham Hotspur, mate. We're more like Tottenham Hospital at the moment. So again, we're just going to have to make sure we don't pick any up any injuries. In-game management, as well as game management, is going to be huge with player rotation and substitutions. And we just hope that there is a solution or a plan already set in stone that Spurs can manoeuvre their way around this tricky fixture.
Let's hope so, my friend. We go again Sunday, Fulham at home.
Yeah.
Confident of the 3 points?
I'm not going to answer that question because let's just say I've got to get up about 6 o'clock in the morning to get to the yard. I'm confident I'll be able to do that.
Fair enough. Brian, always a pleasure, my friend. Thanks for coming on today.
Have a good evening, people. See you later. Ta-da.
See you later, mate. We go to Ross next. Mr. Ross, how you keeping today, my friend?
Pretty good, boys. I get to watch two kinds of football since it's Thanksgiving Day here. So
happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend.
Thank you. Yep, this is the time where we stuff ourselves on turkey and watch football and argue with our relatives.
Well, talk to me. What happened today, man?
I mean, I was frustrated during the latter part of the game, but I'm not going to get too worked up about it after I kind of calm down a little bit. I mean, Roma were up for it. I mean, they came after it. Big credit to them. We just got back into our habit of just not being able, finish chances. I mean, some of it's unlucky and just the losing the focus, but that's part of the process. That's part of what we got to go through. And, we've been going through it. We have an emotional game last weekend, a big win. Guys, really went for it. And then, of course, the injuries. I mean, we have no backup center backs. We have no backup right back. Those guys have to play. They've got to play the whole time because we just don't have anybody that can come in and replace them. So that's part of it, too. But, I mean, I'm not completely excusing the players or letting them off the hook. We've really got to get better about making the right pass, not just bombing it up the pitch, not just smashing it towards somebody and hoping that it gets right. You really have to do that. And you can't just kind of sit back and say, okay, well, we're just going to see this out. We're just going to defend this out. Not as well as Roma was after it. They were honest. They were pressing. They really wanted to get it, and they did. They got the equalizer, and they got the point out of this.
Ross, some people in the comments are saying your volume's a bit low. Are you able to? Is there any way you can turn it up?
Let me see. How's that? Better?
That's better. That's
better,
much
yeah.
better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Little mic
Perfect.
positioning there. Okay.
We were just talking to Brian about Ange's comments suggesting that he's not going to prioritise results over entertainment over the next 3 Europa League games. What do you think about answering that question in that way? Is he inviting criticism when he does that?
I don't know if he really meant it like that. Ange kind of likes to, I think, go back and forth with the media a little bit, and kind of say things that they don't expect him to say. I don't completely take that to mean that, he's just going to look to be entertaining and he's not going to look to win. I mean, yeah, like Brian said, we want to have entertaining football, but also, I'm a proponent of, win the game. I don't care how we win, 1-0, 3-2, 5, 6-5, just get the win. So, I mean, I'm not going to read a whole lot into that and think, the Ange doesn't care and he just wants to be entertaining and he's not going for to win. He's a competitor. He's a manager. I mean, you have to go out. I mean, that's your job. That's what you're paid to do is go out there and win. So I'm not going to read a whole lot into it, but yeah, it doesn't, it doesn't, it's not a good look sometimes when you say things like that because, that's what people could say, and think that take it to mean that he doesn't really care, which I think pretty sure he does.
With Spurs dropping out the top 8 today, are you still confident that they can do it? 3 games to go, 2 away games, one particularly hard one in Rangers, and a home game with Elfsborg to finish off. You confident that we can still finish in that top 8?
I think we can. I mean, we're only 3 points off top.
Yeah.
We're there.
Is
I mean,
we're only 3 points off the top spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not, way down into the middle of that, table of the playoff. We're still there. But yes, Rangers, that's going to be tough. Go Ibrox Park or Castle Grayskull, as some of them the Celtics fans call it. Yeah, that's going to be tough, and they're going to love getting Ainge back in that building. Oh
Yeah.
man, it's going to be. We thought Galatasaray was hostile. Oh, you wait for that with a former Celtic manager. They're going to be, salivating at that. But you're just going to have to go and get the job done there. That's what matters. And this is what you got to do. You want to win trophies, you want to win competitions, you got to win those tough away games. So hopefully we get some guys back. That's my hope, is that we get a couple of guys back, we could rotate a little more, get some guys some rest. But no, I don't see a reason why we can't finish in that top 8. I think it's we're not really far off.
Who impressed you tonight? Who do you think came away from that game with a lot of credit?
Oh, Ben Davis, as you guys said. Dave Maldini is that guy is just you can always count on him. As I've said before, he's the lunch pail guy. He's the guy that goes to work every day, gets his job done, doesn't try to do too much. You can always count him. Yeah, when he went forward, I didn't even know that was him. Like, that's Ben? Ben said, if you guys aren't going to go forward, I'm going to do it.
Van de Ven-esque.
Exactly. Who needs
Van
Mickey
de
Van
Ven,
de Ven, eh, Ross?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he was Ben Van de Ven. But yeah, no, he was really good. I have to give some credit to Frazier, Mr. Frying Pan Hands. I mean, we've been so, you need a hard hat to take a punch. And, we were all nervous. Oh, great, here we go. But, he had some little, glitches here and there. But yeah, that save before the unfortunate equalizer was incredible. I mean, that was great reaction time. We're all like, he's older, but he just really got that. Let's hope he continues that. And as with more game time and he's playing more, he'll get more settled down. Again, Brennan Johnson, again, getting another goal. I mean, I'm so proud of that guy and what he's done and persevering through all the stick he's gotten. And, I just hope some of those people kind of feel bad about the stick that they gave that guy because, he never, he just was out there trying to play and get things done. A lot of other guys had some pretty good performances in there. It's just one of those ones that we just seem to have where just the passes aren't there. They're careening off. They're too long. They're too short. Just again, something that we've just got to work through and get better at.
Yeah, and I was saying at half time, Kulusevski, Brennan Johnson, and Son Heung-min were just tearing them apart. They were rampant. They were electric. And it just didn't seem to materialise like that in the second half. What do you put that down to? Was it just down to tired legs or was there something else? Was it Roma upping their game? I mean, what do you put that down to?
I think a lot of it was, again, that tired legs. Those guys played a lot of minutes in that City game, and they're just trying to find that reserve tank and get through. And we just don't have anybody like I said about Dom. It's we don't have anybody to bring him in, and that guy just runs. And it looked like he tweaked a groin there. I hope he did. I hope it's not like a Vicario thing. Well, he's okay, and then tomorrow, oh no, I'm hoping it's not one of those things. But again, we don't have anybody to bring in. Richarlison's not there. The youth guys. I mean, I think Lancashire. I don't know if he was he on the bench?
He was suspended for the red card against
Galatasaray.
Galatasaray.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, so we didn't. He's just got to run. A lot of these guys just have to do that, and I just think, yeah, it was just tired legs, and it's just sometimes you just have one of those nights where it's just not quite there, and the bounces, in front of the goal, we can't get it in. It's like, here we are with another one of those, like way back with who was that, Belgrade, where we had that one where it bounced around and then finally the Celso got it in there. It's just, that's what it was. I think it's just fatigue and just these guys are just kind of worn down in there, but they're trying, and that's what people count.
Like the narrative though is like with Spurs at the moment, one game on, one game off, one game on, one game off. Was this another kind of evidence of that, or do you think it was just literally just a case of we didn't take our chances today and on another day we would have won this game?
It's the history of the Tottenham. Yes, I think a little of both. It's just yeah, tired legs and again having to make do with injuries and not being able to rotate guys and like I said, I keep saying part of the process. And it is. It's just you read Ange's book. The people that have the Celtic fans all told us this is what you're going to happen. You're going to have your frustrating performances. You're going to wonder what's going on. You're going to be confused and all that. And then eventually it's going to click. And we're starting to see a little of that, but the consistency just isn't quite there yet. But when it does get here, I really think we're going to be loving life.
3 points on the weekend, Ross.
I'd love to say absolutely yes, 3 points on the weekend. But I don't know. I think I do feel pretty good about that. We're getting them at home. We always typically tend to play well at home. But again, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what it is. It's just it. But I think we got a good chance at it. I don't really feel too like, oh no, we're not gonna. But again, we'll see as we always do.
Well, Ross, go and enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving, my friend. Thanks for coming on, and have a good evening.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Big up to Ross on Thanksgiving. We move on and we go to Jose from El Tel Cocorel, one of the Pump Up stars. How you doing, Jose?
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm fine. How are you both?
Yeah, not bad. A bit frustrated with the way that second half went and, conceding last minute. How are you feeling after that?
I will say that I've got a Fitbit and my heart rate went up to 86 in the second half. And I'm just like, wow. My heart rate normally stays at around 49, 50. It was at 86 in the second half, so it tells you the second half setting the heart racing. Um, yeah, the first half, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we only made a few changes from the weekend's game, and it might be something to do with legs. But I felt that we were really disjointed, more so in the second half. But I felt we were disjointed in the first half as well. But in the pump up shot, I made it. I said to people that Roma are in, they're in the situation we're in at the moment. Ranieri's not going to pick it up and turn it overnight. But Roma have got far too many good players in their team, far too many good players, and I think they showed that tonight. They had players there that played really, really well tonight.
Yeah, what they did, and probably a lot better than they have been, for a lot of the season. And also, I think they changed up their system, didn't they? Playing three at the back as well. That definitely helped them. But do you think today, when you look at the overall game, was it a case of we didn't take our chances and we actually played well, or was it more evidence of Tottenham, being inconsistent again?
I think it was a bit of both in the first half. I thought, obviously, after they got the goal that was disallowed to make it 2-1 for them, and then we went up and scored. I thought we could have gone and scored again. And at half time, I was thinking to myself, if we come out and play, to the way that we're playing at the moment, or step it up just a notch more, we can walk away 3-4-1 here. But the second half, it didn't materialise at all. I mean, they were my thoughts at half time, but it didn't materialise. I felt that um, in the second half, Brennan Johnson offered nothing in the second half. I think Kulusevski, everything he touched in the first half was turned into gold. In the second half, everything he touched turned to anything but gold.
Cole.
Yeah, Cole. Pat Sarr, I thought was off the boil. I thought he was off the ball in the first half and in the second half, and that could be the legs. I mean, the surprise to me at the start of the game was out of all the midfielders that we had to choose from, I'm taking out Bergwijn and Gray here at the moment, but out of all the first team midfielders we had to choose from, the person who had the less minutes in their legs over the last month is Madison, and he put him on the bench, and I was like, "Ooh, what's what's going on here?" I mean, to me, if we're going to play, well, we have to play Fulham on Sunday, and if Romero is back, I've got a feeling we'll put Romero straight back in the team, but I would make that change again and I would start Brennan as a sub, and I'd start Cooley back out on the right again. I'd make the change again and try and go in with the same type of formation that we had for being both in possession and out of possession that we had for Man City is what I prefer to do against Fulham on Sunday. Because again, I think the game on Sunday, and I'm going away from Roma at the moment, but the game on Sunday to me gets won in the midfield, the same as what I said in the pump up show before the City game. And I've looked at the midfield three for Fulham, and I'm just like, surely we've got the legs and we've got the beating of them in midfield there. And they've lost Joachim Anderson as well now. So,
Oh,
but
is he
anyway,
injured?
that's
Is he?
done. Yeah,
He got sent off, didn't
when they
he? He
got
got sent off.
no,
Uh,
no, no, no. When they got beat by Wolves 4-1, I don't know. Towards the lot, I think it was the last 10 minutes of the game or so. He got injured.
Ah,
They'd already made their five subs, so they had to take him off. So they ended up playing with 10 men.
that's
But
right. Yeah.
Jose, I just want to clarify the James Maddison situation. Apparently, he picked up a knock in the Man City game on his ankle, and
Did he?
Ange didn't want to risk him from the start. I think that's the reason he didn't play today.
Yeah, I saw someone put it in the comments when we were doing the pump up show, and I didn't know whether they were joking or not. And I just said, well, I've always thought Madison's got glass ankles anyway.
Yeah, he
So
does. But also, like me and Sim were speaking in the predicted lineup. We actually put Maddison in the predicted lineup, but we're also talking like Kulusevski never seems to tire. He seems to have 3 or 4 lungs, where Maddison, he usually goes off 60th, 70th minute every
yeah,
game. So maybe keep him on ice a little bit for that Fulham game on the weekend.
yeah. But the thing is as well, but today though, lads, I mean, Kulusevski's got such a major shift in all season. But
Yeah,
today, I felt that in the second half, he just completely went off it. I didn't
yeah,
see the lung busting runs and stuff like that. And I just think his legs caught up with him because he's played a hell of a lot of football this season. And I felt it caught up with him in the second half. But then I said, I think it caught up with Pat Sarr as well. I thought he got found out in the second half with his legs. And as for Johnson, I don't know whether he's got any legs, but in the second half, he just went missing. Um, and the offers, the thing is, to be a really good side, and we played really well against Man City, both in and out of possession. So in attack, we played really well, and defensively, the amount of work that Sonny and Kulu did to drop him back into a five when we were defending against Man City, that you have to have engines to do that, and I'm not sure that Brennan Johnson's got the engine. And I mean, you guys go to the home games and you're able to see him firsthand. He doesn't provide anything defensively. So, for me, that's the change I'd make on Sunday.
the thing is with Brendan, I feel like this season he's actually got a lot better at that. Last season, I probably would have agreed with you, but I think this season he has been tracking back and working on his defensive work. I don't know what you feel, but I feel like he's got a lot better at it this season.
I think he's been better, but I think Jose's got a point. He's not maybe where he should be. I think there are some games where Ange specifically praised him for it. I think it was the West Ham game potentially, where Ange said in his presser, that was Brennan's best game of the season because he did so much tracking back. But there are sometimes he leaves Porro high and dry, where it leaves us in bad situations. There's a lot of the time, you see a lot of players free at the back post because our wingers aren't going all the way back. But it's difficult for them because they're asked to be so high and so wide all the time, and then digging and
Yeah,
getting back in position time and time again. It gets hard for them to keep getting in dangerous positions. But he did score tonight, Brennan. That's his 9th goal of the season. He's nearly at double figures, and we're just hitting December now. So, how many goals do you think he could end on? And is he proving a lot of people wrong in that sense?
yeah, it's interesting, guys, because if we look at Raheem when he left Liverpool and went to Man City, the goals that Raheem got from Man City are same as what Johnson's getting, coming in from the wide part and getting into the box and scoring the goals. And everyone then raved about Raheem Sterling that he was this, that, and the other. Um, Brennan Johnson does it, and no one gives him any respect, do they? I mean, everyone just laughs at him and says he's not that good, he's not this and that. But he's done exactly the same as what Raheem Sterling did, and he's providing goals and goals. And if he continues, we're not even halfway through the season yet. So, and if he's on 9 already, well, there's no reason why he can't break the 20 comfortably this season because we're not even
Yeah.
halfway through. Well, we played 12 league games, and then you've got however many games we've got 3 more games definitely left in Europe, a definite Carabao Cup game, definite FA Cup game still to come. So, he's got more than enough games to get to 20 plus goals this year. But I
Then
just think there's not enough love's given to him, or he doesn't get enough flowers and respect for the goals that he has got. Because when Sterling was doing it for Man City, everyone was raving in the cave and saying he was the best thing in the world. So, you know, That's where I stand.
Another player, Jose, that maybe doesn't get the love that he deserves is Ben Davies. On the back of those two performances, does he deserve that contract extension?
Well, I read something to say that they were going to give him a contract extension.
Yeah.
How true that is, I don't know. But as I said on the pump up show, both before Man City and today, to me, when you've got Ben Davies playing, he's an 8 out of 10. He'll give you 7, 8 out of 10 every single game, and he's so calming. The people around him play calmly because they've got him there, as opposed to we've got our other defenders there. We seem to play hot skirt football, but with him, he's just a calming influence, and he's played really, really well. He is a very, very good footballer. People, well, because he's been at the club for so many years now, people start hating on him. But we've done that in the past with other players as well. And at the end of the day, they wear our shirt. You shouldn't hate on the players. They wear our shirt. Any professional footballer should be trying to do the best for the club that they play for. And he certainly has for the 9, 10 seasons he's been with us. And he's been dependable. He doesn't argue. He doesn't moan. He just gets on with it. Whether he's playing, whether he's a substitute, whether he's not in the squad, he's part of that squad because he gets involved with everyone and that. And he's a positive in the side, and when he's in the team, he's a positive in the squad as well. Whether he's on the bench or he's on the sidelines, he's a positive all the way through. So if they do give him a contract, I think it's well deserved. Um, will that re- will his will him getting a new contract reduce playing time for other centre halves? Possibly not, because I think as he gets older, Ben Davies, his chances will be limited. He won't get as many chances in front of other defenders. And, at the end of the day, this season, especially, we know that we're short and very thin in our squad, and we have been since the summer. And if anything, we need more players in our squad for next season. So even if the two centre halves come back, with Vuskovic and Ashley Phillips, even if they come back to be part of the first team, then it's still good to have Ben Davies there as well, because that would take our centre half count at least up to 6. So yeah, I think he deserves it. To be
And,
honest,
and Fraser as well. Came in today, made some big saves, and do you
yeah.
reckon that'll calm a few of the nerves of the fan base who were worried about Vicario being injured?
Well, I said on the pump show earlier, lads, I said that people forget that Fraser Forster's probably been a pro for about 20 years now. And he's played in Europe before. He's played in big games. He's represented his country. He's played in all these matches before. And the only thing is because of his age. I think what he got much maligned was that one match where we had the penalty shootout, and he seemed to go down like a sack of spuds for every ball that beat him. And from
The
that
Fulham
game, I
game,
think
yeah.
this yeah, I think that stuck with a lot of people to say, well, he ain't that good. He's old. He can't get down. He can't do this. He can't do that. And I said on the pump up show earlier, people forget he's been a pro for 20 years. He's been in all these big games before. He's played for, as I said, and I keep repeating his country and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, what he needs is to play tonight, because if he's going to be our number one now that Vicaria's out, then we can't be doing this swapping and changing keeper stuff like we were doing with Vicario. He has to start in goal tonight, and therefore he has to get minutes under his belt because he's going to be rusty because he hasn't played all much this season. And then he goes in goal for Fulham and then beyond. So, and I'm not sure about giving him another contract. Uh, I would sway with we've either got enough keepers already at the club, and we might have to trust one of them and bring them through, or we go out and buy another keeper. If not in the winter, next summer. But I wouldn't be keeping Foster beyond this season.
All right, Jose, big up to yourself. Thanks for coming on today, my friend, and thank you for your continued showings on the pump up as well, my friend.
And can I just say the name is Jose. I'm Spanish
Jose.
and Spanish, not Portuguese.
Jose.
Yeah,
My
you'd be
mistake,
calling me
my
Jose
mistake.
all show, thinking to myself, I'm Portuguese. No, I'm Spanish, lads. No, listen,
It's
listen.
Jose.
Thank you very much, everyone, and keep subscribing. Get your memberships and support this beautiful channel. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much,
very
gentlemen.
much, my friend. Thank you. See you later.
Take care. Bye.
Reminds me when Mourinho was complaining. What is it? It's Jose, not Jose.
This is the opposite.
Yeah, this is the opposite. It's Jose, not Jose.
All right, let's go Not this guy.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, you know what's coming.
Let's bring him on. KPV in the house. Long time since we've spoken to you, KPV.
Yeah, you're not getting any stir fry, fella. So
No stir fry. What's going on? Where's my stir fry?
I thought you were going to come round and give us some stir fry.
Smith said he's going to drop it off for you, and you're going to drop it here.
I don't like stir fry, mate, because it's not my favourite. So, but I can give you a bit of pizza if you want.
Pizza?
Eat.
Where
Come
from?
on then, come
Where
on
from?
then.
Oh, is it because we're playing Roma tonight? You got a bit of Italian tonight.
I do GAF. I don't care.
So what are your thoughts on the game today, Mr. KPV?
Well, first half I thought we were brilliant. Second half just going to turn up, as we've been saying for years. The players don't turn up, the fans turn up, and yeah, like the fans turn up, the players didn't. But Ben Davis, I thought, played brilliant, as he did at the deck he had. We tried to tell you people, it's the deck he had for a reason, and I want to wish Venom a speedy recovery, and yeah, stay strong, brother, and yeah, there's no better goalkeeper than him, so I would never stop anyone for Vicario, and glad we got him. So, wishing him a speedy recovery, and yeah, you better lose weight in the gym, and you better start lifting the weights, fella. So, just stay strong and recover. Like, yeah, so wish him well.
Who was your man of the match then, KP? Was it Davis, or was anyone else who was in contention?
Ben Davis, man, come on, like Ben Davis. And what is the expression calls him again?
Go on. You have his name?
What is it? Anyone in chat? What does expression call Ben Davis?
I thought you knew. I thought you were going to say
you
it.
were leading up to a punchline, KPV.
What does expression call Ben Davis? Because I keep forgetting. I've watched some of his videos before, and I bet you it's going to be.
I think it's Ben Edgar Davids.
Yeah, that's the one. Ben Edgar Davids, like not Edgar Davids, the Dutchman. Like,
not the Edgar Davids, just Ben Edgar Davids.
Oh, Ben Edgar Davids, same thing. And Ronaldo, he's what? I don't know how many goals he scored, 100 something, but he's got more goals at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium than Harry Kane. No offense, Harry. No offense.
Is that true? Is that right?
What?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Davis is what?
Yeah.
Son's got more goals at Spurs than Kane in the Tottenham
At the
Hotspur
Tottenham
Stadium.
Hotspur Stadium, one about.
Might be right, because
Like-
Kane used to get a lot away from home as well. Yeah, maybe it's true.
Wow.
Yeah, Son's got
That's a
more
bad
goals.
stat if it's true. But I guess
He's
Son
got-
has played a season more as well.
No, like I'm saying, Son's got more goals at our new stadium than Kane did. Like, who scored the first goal there? It was
It
Son.
was Sonny.
Keep
And
going.
then
Keep going.
Ericsson.
Keep going.
And then Ericsson against Brighton, innit? And like, yeah, but
Who's a
Let's
bigger
do a
legend for
field
Spurs, Son or
goal.
Kane?
Who's
a bigger legend for Spurs, Son or Kane?
Oh man, you're asking me who's the better player out of these two, and I can't decide, man. But I'll probably say Kane because he's been there because he was there longer than Son. But like, I remember you saying Son's not going to break the North London derby record than Kane. Well, he's going to do it sometime, but he didn't
Damn
score
right.
this season. But he will. Don't worry. But that's then. But we've got them lot from Craven Cottage on Super Sunday.
We
Like-
gonna win. Are
Them
we winning,
pesky
Kyle?
lot from Craven Cottage.
Yeah, we're at home, man. And they've got two Arsenal rejects. They've got They got Smith Rowe, who we
Three
need
Arsenal
to.
rejects.
I think even
What?
more. They got
Iwobi,
Smith Rowe,
Nelson,
Nelson, Iwobi. Is there not another one in there as well?
Probably.
Only three of them, man. Like, yeah,
there's
but I don't
more.
like Smith Rowe. I don't like Smith Rowe because he scored against us when we had that worst manager we couldn't find for 71 days in Nuno, and we were poor, and like, yeah, so we couldn't find a manager, and then we get the ex-Wolves boss. No offense, but should not have gone for him, mate. Should have been Conte at the start of that season, but Conte came in November that year, but not good enough, mate. Like, but Ange needs time, and we
Kyle, why didn't we win tonight? What happened? Why did we draw?
tactics, man. It's tactics, isn't it? Like, Lloris would never let them goals in, and
Oh,
Like, why is Bissouma playing him on? Like, should have just gone to the side of the goal and not let him score, mate. And of all people, a defender, Mats Hummels, who gave away the penalty, scores in deep into stoppage time, and he scores in it. Like, who bottled the Champions League final earlier this year, goes to Roma and scores, in it, and against under Ranieri, and Dybala didn't score because we can't beat him. Like, do I even care about the commentators saying Dybala scored a winner at Wembley? I know you were there. I don't care. Like, two Argentina players, it was Higuain and Dybala. But I asked you earlier, did he play in the 2014 World Cup final, Dybala?
Did he play in the 2014 World Cup final? I don't know.
Against Germany, yeah, that's what I asked. You didn't.
Did
check,
he? I don't know.
no.
I don't
Sammy? Sammy?
know. Sammy, do you know? Did Dybala play in the 2014 World Cup final?
14?
Yeah.
I don't know.
2014 against the Germans, who, yeah, Germany won it, obviously, and yeah, they had probably the best team, but it doesn't beat Spain's golden generation winning 3 tournaments in a row. No offense, Lewis Holtby, but Spain were just that better. And
Dybala,
yeah,
he didn't play. No.
oh, so he wasn't in the lineup then. But
No.
oh well, at least he didn't play though. But we were poor that World Cup anyway. But we were not good enough, so I don't care. But anyway,
I just realised you're wearing a We Are Tottenham TV shirt. Look at that.
yeah, I believe I got that. Well, I remember it was Ben and what's his name? The one who Lee Gunn always seemed to speak with.
The one
Henry
who
White.
Henry Wright.
What,
Henry
me and
White,
Henry Wright?
that's
I've
it.
never been in the studio with Henry Wright.
You might
Have
have
I?
been. He's done a couple
Yeah,
of watch-alongs.
you would, Ben. You would. It was when we lost to Brighton
Well,
at
yeah,
home.
Ben.
1-0.
Which
was.
game? Which game?
We lost at home 1-0 to Brighton when Eric Dyer done a no-look. And we lost.
You might be
And-
right, KPV. You might be right. Was that a
Yeah,
Harry Kane
it-
giveaway?
Yeah, and no, it was a Crankshaw quiz. Like Crankshaw played for clubs, and
A
I
Crankshaw
won.
giveaway.
I won the shirt. No, not Crankshaw played for clubs, then it Redknapp signed him 3 times. Portsmouth, Tottenham, QPR. So he played and for 3 clubs, and I won this shirt. I've still got it, and as Brian Douglas said, the streak continues, and I've not won. So I wore it today. We didn't lose, but yeah. It's
We
not
didn't
going
win
in the
though,
right
did we? We didn't win.
I know, but we didn't lose. That's good. We didn't lose, but
So
like,
what other
we're
games
not
have you
in the
worn it
top-
for?
I haven't worn it, mate. I haven't worn
Oh,
it.
this was the
last
first
season.
day. I see. This is the first time.
Yeah, this is the first time I wore it, and I'm not wearing it Sunday if we lose because I'm not wearing this shirt because.
But will you be wearing it if we win?
Well, yeah. Only if Mr. Daigle wears this one. Only if Mr. Daigle wears the shirt. Like, Brian, if you're watching, you better be wearing the shirt on Sunday, fella. Better be wearing it. Like, yeah, you better be watching. And big up to Natalie Powell, my friend. She's a Spurs fan as well. So she watches this channel. You've probably always seen her in the comments somewhere. Big up to Natalie Powell, a friend of mine, a Spurs fan. And bit
Big up
disappointing.
to
we
Natalie
didn't-
Pearl. Big up to Natalie
Yeah.
Pearl.
Might be our cousin. We've got a cousins called Pearl.
Natalie Powell, my friend, who I saw in April this year. And Lampard's now the new Coventry boss, so a Chelsea icon I don't care about, but lucky so, but don't give a damn about him.
Hey, you know what? Doesn't it make you feel old that all these players now that we watched growing up, like Van Nistelrooy and Lampard, and
Yeah,
all these
no, they're
players are
managers.
coming managers now?
100%.
Van Nistelrooy is going to be the new Leicester boss, like a Man United legend. He ended the filth unbeaten one. They're still crying about giving that penalty away. And why are fans singing the name? I don't care. But glad I didn't go to the game. But I forgot to tell you, boys, I went to the Women's North London derby.
No way. You did forget to tell us that. How could you forget to tell us that?
Well, I went to the Women's North London derby, and you know which first player I saw?
Who?
Ashley Neville.
Ashley Neville. Wow.
Come on.
Did she say? Did she say hi?
I was just, I couldn't say hi to her because I was sitting in the, like the fan end, like
Oh,
down this end, but
you saw her on the pitch or outside the pitch?
on the pitch I saw her, and Ben, who's a Man United fan, a staff member, thinks she's my girlfriend. Jog on, dude. I don't have one anymore, mate. So people not know I ended up with Katie.
KPV is on the market, people.
If Ashley Neville's listening.
She's not my girlfriend, man. She's already married. But
If you're
it was
hearing
lovely
everyone,
to you.
KPV is on the market.
And
I want you
everyone-
to form an orderly queue.
And everyone, I appreciate the support after everything I've been going through, after everything I've had to go through. So I appreciate the support. Wine, I appreciate it, but and those people know I ended it with Katie just because she cheated on me. So
Oh,
I don't feel
Carl, we don't need to be talking about this on stream, but appreciate your time as always, Kyle. Always
We'll
love.
see you soon. See you
Nice
soon.
one, Carl.
And as
Speak to you
always,
soon.
Diego in and Bennett Sim in as well. Everyone in. And as
Come
always,
on.
Le Boss. Le Boss.
Labosh. Never know what Carl's going to throw up. At these points.
KPV, everyone. Oh, is there anyone else? No, that is it for the fan show today. We'll be back tomorrow to delve deep into what happened on that pitch today and also look forward to the Fulham game as well. So very much looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Thank you for those who stuck around till the very end today. We'll see you all later. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.